What was different about you guys?
We came to play. You know, it's a very simple answer. I mean, we came to play every down. This ain't no hope. This is not, but one thing, we coming after you. And that's the way we played it. And that's the similarity that we have in each other. You know, when I stand on the sideline and watch him play, I mean, it was just great to be able to stand there and watch the guy play, because the guy played with the same attitude, whether it was exhibition or whether it was a regular season game. I'm thinking about, you know, the Pro Bowl and the commissioner's last statement was, if the guys don't want to play the Pro Bowl, then he's gonna cut it out. Okay, now you wouldn't have had that problem
with you guys.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't, because every time the uniform goes on, then we expect to play. We expect to play and play the same tempo, not just go out there because one thing is different. You're in an all-star game. Okay, we're in a football game, and I think that approach to it makes it different for us. I mean, and that's the way we would approach it, no matter how much money was involved.
Deacon, you had some unique thing called the head slap. Now what was that all about?
Well, it was something that I'm probably not as proud as I once was about it, because it does affect one's long-term existence. I mean, it was a straight lick upside your head, and I mean, that lick, if not covered properly, can extend the long-term damage. And I'm not too proud of that. You know, not that I wouldn't do it the same way again. It's not, I just don't know if it fits. I really don't.
That's an interesting.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not a nice guy, by no means.
Coming from you, I'm feeling sorry for this.
This is amazing. I'm shocked.
This is
but it is a news release. It's kind of on my conscience. I mean,
stop.
It's got on my conscience, and you know.
The only reason it's on your conscience is because they made it illegal. So come on.
Okay,
so you started it. Take credit for it.
Yes,
that's the way I look at it. Denying it.
And I do.
You're living in denial.
I swear to God, I'm not denying it. You know, but it does.
Jeez.
It does make you think a little bit. I mean, you know, I couldn't have hurt all these people. I couldn't have. Don't hold me responsible for the tap upside the head, because it was a tap.
Look at their head. Look at your hands.
I know.
Show your fingers. What the heck? They're all going in different directions.
In my pocket.
when you point, it's like, where does he mean? It's all over the place. Yeah.
So that's a good point. I guess I got to live with that one. I walked into that.
So the head slap is history. What about? Why did they call you the Secretary of Defense?
Because we needed titles to kind of move us around on the pay page. I mean, you got to understand, when we came up in the league, and I came up a little bit before Dick, but we wasn't. Defensive football was not paid for as offensive football was during that time.
I mean, your salary was less?
And salary was completely different. I mean, they wasn't there.
What do you think about the maybe we kind of talked about a little bit, you know, the stuff with the Saints and everything, and the coach giving them bonuses for knocking people out? I mean, how do you play and not go full bore? Is there really a difference what they do now than what you guys did? I mean, you didn't hold back ever, right?
No.
No, I just think it's the attitude of the players today that they have to do something like that. I mean, if you were to ask us that same question about the bounty, I'd say, well, we did it for free. You didn't have to pay us because that was your job to do that. But I think the attitude of the players today, it's, you know, can you imagine that the money that they're making compared to guys in our era? It's not even close. So isn't that enough of an incentive? Apparently it's not. You got to have, you know, here I'm $1 million linebacker and I'm going to knock some guy out for $10,000?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'll do it for free.
Yeah, that don't make sense. I mean,
it's a different attitude now.
Yeah, if you're gonna take the bribe, you understand? Take a bribe. You understand what I mean? If you're gonna be, because we don't need no incentive if your number is called.
Right.
Okay, and you done something to one of our players, we're coming after you anyway. And they ain't got nothing to do with no money.
It was just inherent in your nature.
Well, you're going down.
You know,
going down.
We used to look, and these are the guys like he's talking about, Bill George, Fortune, all the guys before me, 63 championship team. But we used to watch game film. If there was a guy like Monty Stickles, notoriously kind of a cheap shot guy, somewhere along the line, someone would say, okay, just keep a lookout for him. And then you see the game films and there's what happened to him? And that was it. And I'm sure you had the same thing.
Oh yeah, the guy
you wouldn't do those things that they do today.
Did they do that to your knees? I mean, were you?
No. Well, when
you were injured, did they go to your knees? I mean, did they try and knock out your knees?
Absolutely.
I mean, you know. But now, when you do that, understand one thing: you're gonna have to pay back with knees.
Yeah.
See, you gonna pay, and you're going to pay back with the sacrifice of your knees.
How come you never got hurt?
Well, because I mean, number one, I stayed out the way of it. That's number one.
Is it the position or the way you played the game, or?
No, I think it was the way I attacked the game. I didn't, and then, you have to have a little luck going for you. Yeah. I didn't. I never let myself get in certain positions. My legs were constantly moving. And it kept my cleats from sticking in the ground because, as you know, we wore a different kind of cleat. The cleat was longer. And so I mean, these little things may have helped me a little bit, not that much. But I'm not going to take too much. I'm not going to allow you too much latitude.
You came up with the term sacks. I thought that was a name from forever. Where'd you come up with the quarterback?
Well, it was because we did not have no way of identifying what we did for a living, and that's much needed in the NFL. The NFL is a business, is a super business, and each area of it has to be identifiable, and to when linemen wasn't getting paid properly or making any money, it was because there was no way to identify what we did for a living.
I see. So
you understand what I mean? So sack, for whatever it may have meant, it come out to me as a term that needed to be structured and placed into the game so we can get paid. You understand? And we wasn't getting paid. I mean, it's so many people don't understand. They think that because the league was making X amount of money, that we made X amount of money. But we were not getting paid. And let me tell you, it hurt. It hurt to look at certain contracts. And some of the guys who were making money had no real right to make no money. They shouldn't even been in the league.
So when you guys went into you don't have to tell me, but did the Miller beer commercials pay better than football?
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah, we made much more money like beer commercials than we did in the actual game because we played for two cheap franchises. Papa Bear was cheap. Papa Bear was cheap. You gotta understand when I say cheap.
You mean cheap?
Cheap. He wouldn't pay God a prayer.
Deacon, you have a foundation. What is your?
Well, we try to give, to the cause. I mean, the cause is, these youngsters. There's so many youngsters out here that needs attention. That it is scary sometimes because it gets to the point where you don't think you're making any progress. I know that's the way I feel. I mean, I'm sure Dick probably feels the same way at times. It gets to be a load. It gets to be a load, and because you're not getting support from nowhere but wherever you go raise it. Mm-hmm. In other words, my biggest problem with what I do is unwed mothers. I mean, mothers who don't know where the husband is, and the husband is either in jail or There's no leadership within the structure of the family. So the mother gets all that responsibility dumped on her. Well, that's the hardest part of this whole thing. Is doing that and having the time to do it, because you also have to raise the money.
So that's what your foundation does, raise the money for that.
Yeah, for inner city kids. Well, I wouldn't change a thing.
Nothing.
Except maybe I'd kill a few more quarterbacks. I mean, that's the only way I look at it. I mean, the game is still a game. I mean, if you love the game, this is how you play the game. I mean, it's the way the approach is, and what you think about your performance and how you reach that inner goal that you have in your mind, which is, hey man, I want to be the best at what I do. And what I do is I destroy quarterbacks. Now if you want to get in the way of that, you're gonna be destroyed. As simple as that.